Ever looked at a motorcycle and thought, that thing wants me dead? Welcome to the dark side of two wheels, where speed limits are jokes and safety is a suggestion. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most dangerous motorcycles ever built. These bikes aren't just fast, they're straight up unhinged. From uncontrollable wheelies to suspension systems designed by chaos gremlins, this list has it all. If you've ever wanted to know which bikes double as death wishes on wheels, you're in the right place. Let's twist the throttle of madness. 10. Suzuki TL1000S. The Suzuki TL1000S burst onto the scene in 1997 as Suzuki's answer to the booming V-twin superbike trend, and promptly gained notoriety as the TLS Widowmaker. Underneath its curvy bodywork lived a 996 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin engine, pumping out 125 horsepower and a tsunami of torque. It was fast, very fast, and had real potential to take on Ducati's best. But then Suzuki got creative with the rear suspension. Instead of a traditional shock absorber, they used a rotary damper system. The theory? Better packaging. The reality? Death wobbles. Hard acceleration or mid-corner bumps could trigger violent tank slappers that caught even experienced riders off guard. So many incidents were reported that Suzuki issued a factory recall to install a steering damper. It helped, but didn't erase the bike's dangerous reputation. Still, the TL1000S offered great handling, raw character, and genuine fun, if you had the skill, and maybe a last will, to tame it. Think we've already shown the wildest one? Think again. Stick around, things are about to escalate. 9. Kawasaki H2 Mach 4 750. In 1972, Kawasaki dropped a bomb on the motorcycling world with the H2 Mach 4 750, a bike that didn't just break the speed barrier, it bullied it. Armed with a 748 cubic centimeter two-stroke, triple-cylinder engine producing 74 horsepower, the H2 was the fastest production motorcycle of its time, launching from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. That might not sound wild today, but back then, it was utterly unhinged. The power-to-weight ratio was insane, but so was the handling. The lightweight frame, paired with primitive suspension and ornamental brakes, made cornering more of a suggestion than a capability. Front-end liftoffs were frequent, thanks to explosive throttle and zero electronic aids. Nicknamed the Widowmaker, it earned that title honestly. If the engine didn't get you, the chassis would. It terrified riders and thrilled speed junkies alike. The H2 wasn't just a motorcycle. It was a wild, smoky, high-octane middle finger to the laws of physics. Don't just ride off. Hit subscribe and join the madness. The next beast could be worse. 8. Suzuki TM400 Cyclone. The Suzuki TM400 Cyclone, unleashed in 1971, is remembered less as a motocross bike and more as a professional human catapult. It featured a 396 cubic centimeter two-stroke single-cylinder engine that delivered its power like a slap from Thor. Sudden, violent, and usually poorly timed. The power band was so unpredictable that even seasoned riders struggled to manage it. 1 second, a calm trail ride. The next, you're launched into orbit with the grace of a lawn dart, hence the nickname. To make things worse, flimsy chassis, undersized suspension, stability of a Jenga tower in a wind tunnel. Novices hated it, pros approached it with caution, and Suzuki eventually phased it out quietly, as if hoping no one would remember their flirtation with mechanical chaos. But we remember. Oh yes, we do. The TM400 was motocross madness wrapped in yellow plastics and poor life choices. 7. Harley-Davidson Sportster S. Think Harley-Davidson, and you probably imagine chrome, rumble, and laid-back cruising. Not a torque-happy beast with ADH. Enter the Sportster S, Harley's rebellious reboot of a classic. Under the tank, a 1,252 cubic centimeter Revolution Max engine producing 121 horsepower and 94 pound-feet of torque. That's superbike territory in a Harley. This isn't your grandpa's bar hopper. With a short wheelbase, aggressive geometry, and mood swing ride modes, the Sportster S is a muscle bike that doesn't wait for you to catch up. In sport mode, it launches like it's late for a bar brawl. Low handlebars, high pipes, and an attitude that says, "Treat me casually, and I'll bite." The styling screams urban bruiser, but the performance says, "Hold my beer." It's refined chaos, Harley style. Elegant enough to show off, wild enough to make your heart skip more than a few beats. Sixth, Myco 685 Enduro. The Myco 685 Enduro isn't just a dirt bike. It's a fire-breathing two-stroke legend built to conquer trails and terrify rivals. Born from a lineage of off-road dominance, the 685 is a rare beast. A massive, air-cooled, single-cylinder monster that delivers brutal low-end torque and raw, unfiltered power. With nearly 80 horsepower on tap and a lightweight frame, it doesn't just tear through dirt. It obliterates it. Throttle control isn't a suggestion. It's a survival tactic. Handling? Wild but responsive. When mastered, it feels like you're riding pure adrenaline. It's not made for beginners. It's made for maniacs who think 250cc just isn't enough. Riding it is less a commute and more a bar fight with nature. The Myco 685. Enduro is loud, aggressive, and unapologetically insane. Exactly how an Enduro legend should be. 5 Boss Haas V8. The Boss Haas V8 isn't just a motorcycle. It's a full-blown American power fantasy on 2 wheels. Born in the 90s, it stuffs a Chevrolet small block V8, yes, the same engine found in a Camaro or Corvette, into a motorcycle frame. Depending on the model, it cranks out 350 to 600 horsepower. It also weighs over 1,100 pounds dry, which is more than most touring bikes with passengers. Handling? Think refrigerator on roller skates. But that's not why you buy one. You buy it to terrify pedestrians and bend the laws of physics. It'll hit 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, with a V8 snarl that makes traffic part like the Red Sea. It's not built to lean. It's built to intimidate, impress, and make your arms sore from hanging on. The Boss Haas is a testosterone-fueled rocket sled, and every ride feels like a dare you probably shouldn't have accepted. Fourth, MV Agusta F4 LH44. The MV Agusta F4 LH44 is what happens when a superbike gets dressed for a red carpet and shows up with brass knuckles. Designed with F1 legend Lewis Hamilton, this limited edition rocket is based on the already ferocious F4 RC. It adds carbon fiber, titanium, and a paint job that whispers, "I cost more than your car." Underneath the glitz lies a 998 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine producing 212 horsepower. The throttle response? Razor sharp. The handling? Unforgiving. The riding experience? Adrenaline on tap. With race-tuned electronics and ultra-lightweight components, this machine is for riders who think 180 miles per hour is just a warm-up. But here's the kicker. It's beautiful, but it doesn't tolerate mistakes. Blink at the wrong time, and it'll remind you you're not Lewis Hamilton. It's not just a superbike. It's an Italian-engineered high-speed weapon with zero chill. 3. Moto Guzzi 5 Auto Cylindri. In the 1950s, Moto Guzzi didn't just push the envelope. They shredded it and built the Auto Cylindri, a 500cc V8-powered Grand Prix prototype. Yes, you heard that right. A V8 in a motorcycle, over 70 years ago. It revved to over 12,000 RPM and could reach 170 miles per hour in an era when helmets were optional and tires were tragic. It was an engineering marvel. Water-cooled, double overhead cams, compact beyond belief. But it was also unrideable for most racers. The engine was finicky, the handling terrifying, and the speed borderline suicidal. Even seasoned riders were scared off. Eventually, Moto Guzzi pulled the plug, likely whispering, "Cool idea, let's never do that again." Still, the Auto Cylindri stands as one of the most ambitious and terrifying machines ever to hit the track. A bike so ahead of its time, it lapped reason before the green flag dropped. 2. Kawasaki Ninja H2R. The Kawasaki Ninja H2R isn't a motorcycle. It's a controlled explosion with a seat. Built exclusively for the track, the H2R packs a supercharged 998 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, delivering 310 horsepower. Or 326 with ram air, if you feel like bending time. That makes it the most powerful production motorcycle ever made. But calling it production is like calling a nuke a firecracker. Everything about the H2R screams extreme. Carbon fiber winglets, trellis frame. No street legality whatsoever. It sounds like a fighter jet and accelerates like a glitch in the Matrix. Top speed? Over 240 miles per hour. Electronic aids help. But make no mistake, one bad input, and you're seeing God at 300 kilometers per hour. The H2R is a missile with mirrors. A violent, beautiful reminder that humans should not go this fast on two wheels. 1. Suzuki GSX-R 1100. Topping the list is the legendary Suzuki GSX-R 1100-. A bike that didn't just bend the rules, it broke them, set them on fire, and did a burnout on the ashes. Launched in 1986, it featured an oil-cooled 1,052 cubic centimeter inline-4, making over 130 horsepower, a monster for its time. It also introduced a lightweight aluminum frame, which turned out to be a bit too light for the power it unleashed. It could destroy a straight line, but in corners, it handled like a sledgehammer in a sword fight. Over 500 pounds, twitchy suspension, and no electronic safety nets meant every ride was a coin toss with physics. High-speed wobbles? Check. Loss of traction? Absolutely. Cocky riders learning humility in ditches? Regularly. Still, it was loved for being raw, fast, and unapologetic. The GSX R1100 wasn't just a superbike. It was an apex predator with no leash and no mercy. And there you have it, 10 motorcycles that doubled as adrenaline machines and life insurance stress tests. Whether it was unpredictable power bands, laughably bad suspension, or just too much engine stuffed into too little frame, these bikes earned their reputations the hard way. So, if you're ever tempted to ride one, remember, it's not bravery if your organs file a restraining order afterward. If you enjoyed this ride through madness on wheels, smash that like button like a panic brake, subscribe for more insane machines, and drop a comment telling us which of these beasts you dare to tame or wisely avoid.